what Dawkins does and the others do, and that is to force people to have a choice between God or science. And I want to argue in a moment or two that that is a totally false choice. But let's have a look at the logic, because the major conclusion of Hawking's book is this: because there is a law of gravity, the universe can and will create itself out of nothing. Now, when I read that sentence, I thought, what? And then I read it again, and then I read it again, and then I spent many hours thinking about it, because this is the central conclusion and statement of the book. Well, the first obvious question to ask is, what does Hawking mean by nothing? Because his assumption, because there is a law of gravity, seems to be postulating there is something. The law of gravity certainly isn't nothing. And if he believes in a law of gravity that's prior in some sense, I presume he believes in gravity because the existence of a law on its own without the thing it's describing would be essentially vacuous. But the main point at the first level of logical analysis of this conclusion is that gravity, or a law of gravity, is not nothing. That is, if Hawking is using the word in its usual sense, philosophically correct, that is, of non-being. Now, if he isn't, he should have told us. So it appears, at first sight at least, that Hawking is simultaneously asserting that the universe is both created from nothing and from something, which is not a very promising start. The second part of his statement, the universe can and will create itself. Now, if we say X creates Y, the meaning of those words are that we presuppose the existence of X to explain the existence of Y. That's a simple matter of the meaning of the words. So if I say X now creates X, it means I'm presupposing the existence of X to explain the existence of X, which is, of course, logically incoherent, even if we set X equal to the universe, which is precisely what Hawking does at this point. And to presuppose the existence of the universe to account for its own existence, to my mind, is something out of Alice in Wonderland, not out of science.